In this video, I'm going to show you all the features of the DJI OSMO Nano and what makes this camera so unique. So what is the DJI Nano? Well, it's a camera and a multifunctional dock, or the extra screen that comes with it. You could use the camera as a standalone with no screen. You just have one button on the top. And then when you put it with the multifunctional dock, that's where you can control the settings. And also it gives you the screen. Now, the coolest thing about this camera is the fact that this multifunctional dock is a wireless monitor. It's very unique for this style of action camera because you could take this camera, mount it on, say, your head, and be able to see exactly what the shot is by using the screen. There's so many cool ways that you can use this camera to mount in different ways. And instead of having to look on the camera trying to see the screen or pull out your phone and connect an app, this wireless monitor instantly connects to the camera. And so you always have a view of what you're seeing. And this works pretty well. You can walk a little distance away. You can see exactly what you're doing, set up the camera, make sure you're getting a good shot, and then start rolling. Or if you want to monitor the shot while it's actually going, you could always have this on and just have it sitting there. There's been times where I've mounted this to the outside of my Jeep, and then I'll keep the wireless monitor right on my dash so I can see exactly what the shot is I'm getting, make sure I'm getting a good shot. And so that's the biggest benefit of this camera and what makes it so unique in terms of action cameras in general. So on the camera itself, you have your record button. This will also turn on the camera, turn off the camera, take a photo. You have two little holes here on the side, which is your microphone. So if you don't have a wireless microphone attached, it does have audio. Now you are limited by the audio that you're gonna get out of this camera. You got these two holes. It's not perfect. So here's just a sample of what the audio sounds like. All right, so this is 4K 30 with horizon balancing on. So I can rotate the camera left and right. I'm kind of dipping it. And you can see how this looks on the water here. And this is with normal colors. This is what it looks like. Hey, it's Mickey Mouse. Hey. So my suggestion when you're using this camera, if you're trying to get good audio, you're always gonna wanna connect a wireless microphone. So right now I have the DJI Mic 3. That's what I'm doing to record the audio for this whole video. But you could connect that wirelessly to this camera and it actually works super well. So later section, we'll dig into how this connection works and you'll see that it just becomes such an essential tool with the whole operation of your Osmo Nano. Now on the camera itself, it's magnetic. So it's magnetic on the back of the camera and it's magnetic on the bottom of the camera. So you could stick this on anything metal and it's just gonna stick there and stay attached. And the same thing with the back. So you could hook it right to something and it just stays there. So if you have something metal, you just stick it on there. You don't have to pull out a tripod. You don't have to pull out anything sticky. You don't have to stick something on. There's this little suction cup. You don't have to stick that on the wall or anything like that. If it's metal, just click it right on and it works. Now, the cool thing about what DJI did with their design is that it's not a square. So when you're filming, you know automatically if the record button's on top, you're getting a horizontal image. And if you flip it vertically, the DJI reads DJI and you're getting a vertical image. So if you are someone who's shooting both horizontal and vertical, it's easy to know which way you're filming when you are using this camera without a screen. There's other cameras that I've worked with that are more of a square design, and you don't really know which way is up if you're just pulling this out, fumbling, sticking it on something. It's just a minor design thing that I think actually works super well for this camera. Now, the lens itself is removable, so you just screw it on and off, and you can put filters on this. So you can get ND filters. If you do want to control your image a little bit more, if you want to get some motion blur, you can put different filters on this camera. Now, when we move to the multifunctional dock, it's a little bit different. So you have your screen on the back, and then this is also magnetic. So you can magnetize this as well on the bottom. And the cool thing about both of these is you have the magnet to attach to different things, but also you have DJI's clip. So this clip that's on their extension poles, it's on all of their mounts. It's basically on every accessory that you're gonna get with DJI. It works with the Osmo Nano, it works with the Action series of cameras, it works with the 360 cameras. It's all the same. It's a magnet, but it's also a clip. So right here, I have this little tripod. I stick it on the bottom. And whether it's the camera or the multifunctional dock, it's never gonna come off because it magnetizes and also clips on. And it's easy to pop on and off. Now on the side, you have one button. It's a record button. It powers the camera and it has some other uses as well. And then on the other side where it says DJI, you have a little door. You open this up, you have a USB-C and you have a micro SD card slot. So how this camera works is that when you're recording footage, it's recording on the camera itself. So the little thumb sized camera has around 120 gigs of footage. That's a lot of footage. However, you don't have any card slot on this camera. On the multifunctional dock, you actually have the micro SD card. So what happens is as you're shooting and you connect these two together, you can export your footage off of the camera onto the micro SD card if you want to use that as your storage. So you kind of have this process where you're going to have to pull the footage off of the camera onto the micro SD card, and then you could take that micro SD card out, put it into your computer, transfer it, do whatever you want to do. The other way to work with this camera is that you'll just record on the camera itself, and then when you want to take the footage off, you'll just plug in the USB-C and just pull the footage directly off the camera itself. Either way works, but DJI did give us that ability to put it onto a micro SD card. Also, if you are out filming and you need more than the footage that's given to you in the camera itself, then you can have micro SD cards. You could swap them out. You could have like a 512 in here, a 1 terabyte, whatever the size is, and you could keep adding more footage to it, pull it off the camera, and continue to keep filming. Now, one of the other major things to know about this camera is that there's no battery. Like, the battery's internal. So on the DJI OSMO Nano, you have a battery inside the camera. And I'll put the battery times here on the screen for the camera and also the multifunctional dock. So the multifunctional dock has a battery inside as well. Now, what's cool is if you're running out of battery on the camera and you plug it into the multifunctional dock, well, it's going to charge the camera. So how this will work is that the camera is going to take most of the juice. The camera is always going to be priority. Whenever you plug it in and the camera's using power, it's going to pull from the multifunctional dock until it gets to a certain percentage. It's pretty low, but at a certain percentage, the multifunctional dock won't fully go to 0, but you'll have to keep it connected, and then the camera will start draining so that you have functionality of both the camera and the dock until both are depleted down to 0. So they have this little algorithm in here to make sure that the camera stays charged for as long as possible when you have it plugged in, when you take it off, because you're going to be doing this back and forth. But if you have them connected, it's always prioritizing the camera until it gets to that point where they both are basically running out of battery, and then they'll both die. So that's one limitation with this camera, and something that you're gonna have to really keep in mind is that you only have so much battery with the camera, and then you have to plug it in using the USB-C, which is a quick charge. It's gonna be able to quick charge this camera up, get it powered fast. Like, this camera was basically dead and I charged it in a few minutes over here, but you need to have an external battery to continue to charge this, or you need to plug it into a wall or something like that. So that is just one of the major limitations, especially when you're out filming for longer days, and this is like a camera that you're using all the time. There's no way to bring like an external battery to clip onto this. The DJI Action 2 was a similar stacking design. It seems like they borrowed the same design. However, there was like these extra modules that were just a battery that you could then throw on the bottom, or you could throw on the camera and continue to charge it. I actually liked that design. And it would be cool if there was, extra batteries that we could add on to continue to charge, but it's easy enough to just bring a USB-C and a backup battery, and you could power this off other devices. I know with my Sony batteries, I have a battery case that has a USB-C output, so I can charge my Nano off of my Sony batteries if I ever need to. Oftentimes, like, many of the devices that we carry with us just have the ability to charge other things. And so just something to keep in mind, you might just need an external battery of some sort to keep this charged if you're using it all day. Now, one thing I forgot to add in this section was talking about how you actually use this camera, with the screen facing you or facing away. What's really cool is that you could use this camera where the screen faces you, you're recording like you over there, but you flip it and now the screen is facing the other way, so you could do things like vlogging and see yourself. So it's very easy just to unclip it, reclip it, and then switch it from shooting away from you to shooting towards you, so that you could either get a shot where you're vlogging and having the camera like this, or you could turn it away from you and you could still see your shot like a normal action camera. It's a good design in that way. When you're recording video, you have a little blinking red light on here, and that's about it. Now, if you want to see my full beginner's guide that goes through every feature and everything that you need to know to get up and running fast with this camera, then I'll put a link here on screen. And if you're going to be using your Osmo Nano to create vlogs or YouTube videos, then check out my storytelling framework, which makes it easy to make videos, and you'll find it on the Creator Film School. I'll see you on the next one.